Okay, in this video, we're going to show you how to put a link to your FlipGrid into Moodle. Okay, so we're going to show you how to create a FlipGrid and then put it in your Moodle course. All right, so here's my Moodle course. I've already got it going. We're going to navigate over to FlipGrid, and you can just either Google FlipGrid or you can type in flipgrid.com. Right, then you get to this page. If you've never used FlipGrid before, you're going to want to go to Getting Started, and if you're at the University of Minnesota, click University, and then see this red box right here. It says University of Minnesota faculty and staff are eligible for a free FlipGrid account. I recommend doing all of this stuff on a computer rather than a mobile device. It just seems to work a little bit better. Okay, so if we click there, then you sign up with your first name and last name and enter your X500 username, okay? And then sign up. And it'll walk you through the rest of the sign up process. But since I'm already signed up, I don't need to do that. Once you've created your account, you come into FlipGrid and you click sign in. Okay, I'm going to put in my email. I'm going to put in my password. Okay, then you get to a screen that looks like this. You can have 5 grids total, and as you can see, I already have one here. What we're going to do is add a new grid, so I'm going to click Add Grid 2 of 5. And give it a name, call it Test Grid. Custom hash is if you want the grid itself to have a customized URL, then you can put that in there. So we'll just call it test grid 135, and it says this hash is available. Okay. Chances are you don't want to make this private. You can, if you want to include a password, you can put that in here. Times when you might want to do that, or if you're asking your students to talk about sensitive information. Mostly, I think you're safe to not make it private. That way students can access it and can respond. Moderate grid, if you turn that on, it says, do you plan to approve each video response before it is viewable? If you have a large class and you're unsure about some of the people in the class, whether or not they might be causing some trouble online, you might want to turn that on just to make sure that nobody posts anything inappropriate. Chances are, though, if you're dealing with regular students, you wouldn't have to. You can just leave that off. I always like to make this active right away, and I always like to have it notify me. By making it active right away, that I won't have to come back and reactivate the grid at a later time. Okay. So then I click Add New Grid. This is giving me instructions, so I'm just going to close that. All right, and then if I want to add a new question to a grid, I'm going to click here so that it's highlighted, and then you can see the questions pop up at the bottom. All right, so we're going to click Add New Question. You can either do a text question or a video question. If I did a video question, you can see it says FlipGrid wants to use your camera and microphone. Allow that. Okay. All right, and you can see that I'm popping up over there. It's giving me a little thumbnail. All right, so there we go. Not a great, if it's not good, you can take it over again. So how about I give it a thumbs up, and I'll click the camera. There we go. Okay, and then here's where I can begin recording. And all right, gives me a countdown, 3, 2, 1, test recording, and you can stop. Shows you, and you can record it again if you want. You can give it a title, Put the date in there. Is the question visible to users once you click save below? Yes, I want to do that. All right, so we're going to make sure all of that is filled out that way and then click save. Okay, we've added one question and it gives us the share URL here. If you didn't copy it from there, you can copy the share URL from here underneath questions, this globe. All right, so we can either embed it or we can just copy the link. And just based on what you want to do in your Moodle course, you can do either one. So for now, I'm going to copy that URL, and then I'm going to come back to my Moodle course. I'm going to click Add an Activity or Resource. It's a link out, so I'm going to click URL there at the bottom, and then click Add. Okay, and then we'll call this FlipGrid. Okay, and then I'll put external URL in. Save and return to course. Okay, and now your students, when they click there, it will take them out to the FlipGrid that they can record their own responses onto. Right? So, test recording. There we go. Test recording. You can see it does that. Okay. And then, they can comment. Let me get back to that screen. They can comment by adding their own here. They'll agree to terms, and then they go through the same process that I already went through to add in their comments. Okay, and that's how you add a FlipGrid into your Moodle course.